Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, I like doing lithium-ion puzzles. I enjoy lithium-ion style, but this one has me quivering a bit. It's called Picky Neighbours, and if you follow my little domestic dramas, you'll be aware that for many years I have had picky neighbours. Downstairs, under where I'm sitting now, we had a couple in the flat below who, well, one of them would complain any time she could hear us in our flat at all. Certainly, well, interestingly, I guess they lived there for about 8 years and she only complained for the last 4 years. That's a long time. And anyway, they have sold the flat and left, and our new neighbours are not like that. And I celebrate that. Thank you, new neighbours, for being normal people. Now, it's just the title gives me this little frisson, and I'm going to try and ignore that when we do the puzzle. I will explain the rules. Lithium ion has come up with a sort of duality puzzle here where the lines have two meanings. And as always, the elegance of this is that there are not that many lines, there are no given digits in the grid, there are no other markings of any kind, just the lines with the rules that lithium ion has created. I guess lithium ion has now got a battery of puzzles to his name in our archive, which you can see in the links under the video. Febby maintains it. It's there as a sort of spreadsheet that you can call up on the net and look at all the videos from the past, who's constructed them, what the puzzle was called, what the video was called, and a link. It's just fantastic, and we are very grateful to Febby for maintaining that. We have many other links in the description field, and they include to our Patreon, where the new hunt is Are You My Mama by the PBN Institute, and it is great. Do give it a try. There are, of course, many other things going on Patreon all the time, and they include crossword videos, connections videos, all sorts of things, and more Sudoku, so check it all out. It's the best puzzle club in the world. The best apps for Sudoku in the world are the handcrafted Sudokus that we put out on Cracking the Cryptic apps. And if you get our Cracking the Cryptic app, the main one on either Android or App Store, you can then download the more recent items as paid content. And they include Fog of War and Line Sudoku, our latest two new ideas. That actually Approachable Sudoku was also there amongst the last 3 apps we released. So loads of content. If you want the earlier apps like Thermo and Arrow Sudoku, for instance, you have to get different apps. But then those 2 outlets stopped us submitting separate apps for some reason. No, because they were too similar. Clearly they had never attempted the puzzles. Anyway, those are good value. There's also our merchandise. There's SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD. Links under the video are fabulous. Check them all out. Engage with the channel. Leave a comment on my solve of this puzzle. And often the comments show that people solve puzzles better than I do. And that's fine. I'm trying to do a daily, untested, non-walkthrough live solve of every puzzle, and sometimes I won't find the best way. That's the way it goes. Anyway, what are the rules of Picky Neighbours? Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Box borders divide blue lines into segments with the same sum, so those 2 will add up to those 3. The normal region sum line rule. Different blue lines can have different sums. If 2 digits called X and Y are adjacent along a blue line, so let's look at those 2, and this could be orthogonally or diagonally adjacent. So if they are neighbours, like the title, then both X and Y have to be integer multiples of the difference between X and Y. Now happily, that's quite mathy. Happily, lithium ion has given us an example. For example, 6 and 4 are allowed to be adjacent on a blue line because both 6 and 4 are a multiple of 2, which is the difference between 4 and 6. Now, it doesn't say it has to be a non-trivial multiple, so I will assume that 2 and 4 can be connected as well. because the difference between them is 2 and they're both divisible by 2. That's the point. So those are the rules. This wouldn't be enough lines for a normal region sum line puzzle. I've constructed some and I know that. So it's very interesting that this might be enough and long enough lines for this. I mean, I say might be, it will be, because lithium ion is an expert. So I am going to have a go at this and we're going to see how it goes. Let's get cracking. You can try it on the first link under the video. I am wondering where to start looking. There is only one line with a difference of 2 cells in terms of the number of cells. This is the only... Actually, I'm going to have to think about the numbers. Right, I'm doing some aide-memoiring. What numbers can any of... I want to know what are the possible numbers that a 1 can join to. I mean, I presume it can join... Any number can join to its consecutive neighbour on these blue lines, because the difference is 1 and everything is divisible by 1. So let's start with that. 1 can join to 2, 2 can join to 1 and 3. I'm just aide-memoiring. These are not numbers for the puzzle. They're just me trying to understand what we get. And every digit, I reckon, can join to its neighbour. Now, what else can they join to? You see, 1 actually cannot join to anything else, because if you were to try and join 1 and 3 on a line, the difference would be 2, and 1 is not divisible by 2, or any bigger number, so definitely no. Now 2, I worked out before, could join to 4. Again, if it joined to anything bigger, the difference would be too much for 2 to be divisible by it, so that's it. 3 can join to, we already know 2 and 4, we know it can't join to 1. 5's no good, because 5's not divisible by anything apart from 1. 6 is fine. 7 and 8, I think, are impossible. 9, no, the difference would be 6. That's too many. This problem of these numbers being too small to be divided by the difference is going to, unfortunately, not last all the way down this list. It's going to get easier for numbers to join to other numbers. So we got in the rules that 4 is joinable to 6. We know it's joinable to 2 already because we had it up here. 8, 4 and 8, yes, I'm afraid that can join as well. 4 and 7, no, the difference is 3. 4 and 9, the difference is 5. That's no good. Right. 5 probably can't join to anything else, because 5 doesn't divide into anything except 1. Yeah, that's going to be the same for 7. So there's blanks there and there. 6, though, we've already seen can divide by 3, or can join to 3 and 4. Can it join to 9? Yes. 8, we've already seen can join to 4. And 9, we've just seen can join to 6. Is that it? Every time 6 appears, it's got, yeah, 6 appears 3 times in this extra joinings list. And there are 3 items in number 6. 4 appears 3 times, there are 3 items in number 4. So that checks out. So the trouble is, I was hoping to find much shorter lists. It's interesting that 1 can only join to 2, but 9 at the other end can join to 8 or 6. And 6 and 4 have loads of possible line mates. Oh, that is a shame. I'm just going to have to work this out as we go. But anyway, that gives me a sense of what things can join to, and it's sometimes worth doing a bit of preparation before you start these. So there we go. That was my aide-memoire. Now, I'm coming back here. Right. I don't think this can be 7 or 9. Oh, 9, no, hang on. 9 could join to 6, but that won't work down the rest of the line. 9 is allowed to join to 6. We had 8 and 6 on our list for 9. And you can make up this bit of the line with 6, 2, 1, but 6 can't join to 2 or 1, so that's no good. So this is not a 9. It is 6 or 8. It's definitely not a 7, because 7 can't join to 1, 2, or 4. If it is 8, that's going to have to, it's 1, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 5. 8 would have to join to 4. And that's not going to work because 1 can't join to either 3 or 4. So 1, 3, 4 is never going to be a line segment. So that is not 8. That is 6. And 6 can't join to 1 or 2. It can join to 3. 3 can't join to 1. So we've done a whole line. I'm very glad I did the aid memoiring thing now. That's strange. Okay, what next? The row is not very interesting. There's no more lines in it. The box has these bits of line. Right. 2 against 2 is a much harder thing to call, I think. Especially as, I mean, in my aid memoir, we must have had about 25 different combinations of 2 digits. Oh, these two add up to at least 4 and 5. Right. Right. The total is 9. At least. That's interesting. Let me just think about this. The n on this line is at least 9. Okay, here's my next conclusion. All the stuff I had down these columns in my aid memoir was consecutive digits, and those are always possible. Now, 9, obviously 4 and 5 are consecutive digits. That is a possible way of doing this. But consecutive digits in one of these pairs are always going to lead to an odd number. And there aren't that many odd numbers that were in the extra category over this side of my aid memoir. Now, why does that matter? Because you can't have 2 consecutive digits here and 2 consecutive digits here adding up to the same thing. They'd have to be the same consecutive digits. So if you have consecutive digits on one side, the other side is going to have to be a pair that adds not by being consecutive, but can go together and adds to an odd number. And there weren't that many of them, because basically, what could 3 join to? 3 could join to 6. 9 could also join to 6. But 5 and 7 couldn't join to anything. 1 couldn't join to anything apart from 2. Just like 5 and 7 could only join to their consecutive numbers. 9 could only join to 6. And I think 3 could only join to 6. So, if this was a consecutive pair, this would be either 3, 6 or 3, 9. 3, 6 or 6, 9. And both would leave a possible consecutive pair this side of 4, 5 or 7, 8. I have to also bear in mind this could be the 6, 9 side with 7, 8 over there. Now, I also have to consider both sides not being consecutive. What I've been basing this mental case testing on is one side being consecutive. Are there pairs that can add up to the same total, and it might be even this time? Well, it's not going to be odd because we've just found the only 2 odd pairs. They added up to 15 and 9. So it would be even. Are there 2 numbers that add up to an even sum, and 2 possibilities for doing that? 4 and 8 add to 12, but in the same row, it would be 5, 7 or 3, 9. They're not legal pairs. 4 and 6 add to 10, but 2 and 8 is illegal. 3 and 7 won't work. 1 and 9 won't work. 4 and 2 add add to 6, but that would have to be 5, 1 in the other bit, and that doesn't work. I think one of these pairs is consecutive and the other pair has a 3 in it. No, has a 6 in it. Is either 6, 9 or 6, 3. I mean, in the end, at least I've limited it down to that, but I don't think it's all that helpful. Maybe I should be thinking about this line instead. I mean, I feel like I definitely started in the right place. I am intrigued that this line is quite long, but since it can have repeat digits on, I don't really want to start there. This doesn't look very appealing to me. These two possibly. This could have repeats. This one's unappealing, and that one, well, again, it's as good as those, which are 1 in one box versus 2 in the other. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at this, which is also 1 in one box and 2 in the other, but at least we've got 1, 2, 3. No, I mean, this could never have been 1 or 2. It's not that interesting, is it? If this was a 6... Well, no, let's go up in order. It can't be a 4 because 3's gone in the column. If it was a 5, that would be 1, 4. They can't go together. Okay, so we're up to 6, 7, 8, or 9 now. 7, I think we worked out. I think 7 is impossible. 7 can only join to a consecutive number, so it would be 6 with a 1 there. 6 and 1 don't go together. 6 works because it could go 6, 4, 2. 8. Well, the difficulty is there's a low number. 1 and 7 can't go together. 2 and 6 can't go together. 3 and 5 can't go together. 8 is actually ruled out. I thought 8 was the favourite. 9, though, if this could be 6, 3, 9 would work. But 9 can only join to 6 or 3, and 3 is got in the column. That's not 9. This is indeed 6. And that 4, 2 can be written. Oh, well, that is surprising. Now, there was a 6 on this line. That was the product of what I worked out before. I shouldn't use the term product, too mathsy. But this is either 6, 3 opposite a 4, 5 pair. Oh, I haven't actually worked out how this would work. I think 4, 5, 6, 3 works fine because 5 could connect to 6 or 4 could connect to 3. If this was 8, 7, 9, 6, I'm afraid that works just as well because 8 can connect to 9 and 7 can connect to 6. So, I don't know. That hasn't actually got anything done, really. So, let's look up the rest of this column. We've got 1, 5, 7, 8, 9. Right, which pairs can go? 1 can't go together with any of those other numbers. 9 could go, well, consecutive numbers are possible. Non-consecutive numbers are not. So 5 can't go with 7, 8, or 9. Because non-consecutive numbers are not, because none of these pairs fall into the categories that we found of non-consecutives. So 8 is in those cells, along with 7 or 9. And they add up to 15 or 17. So this pair adds up to 15 or 17. Now, 9, 6 is legal. As 15. But, no, that is possible. This would be an 8, 7 pair. I don't know. This pair adds up to at least 15. So they're selected from 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, maybe it's time to look at this line, which is pointing at this 2. So, this can't be 1 or 2 by just simple maths. It can't be 3 because 2 would have to be on that line. If that was 4, 3 and 1 can't go together. It's not 4. If it's 5, there's no even digit to put on that line. If it's 6, this would have to be a 5, 1 pair. They can't join together. If it's 7, this would have to be a 1, 6 pair. They can't join together. If it's, these neighbours are helpfully picky. If it's 8, I think we worked out here, 8 just doesn't work. none of the pairs can join together. 1, 7, 2, 6 and 3, 5 can't. This is apparently by elimination a 9. And I think that means this is a 6, 3 pair in either order. And that is the only thing that can work. Now, 6 has come out of those cells. So these add up to either 15 or 17. They have an 8 in. They are an exact replication of these two digits, whatever they are. And what else have we got in the box? 4, 2, 3, 6. I mean, it depends what that is, doesn't it? That 9, well, I was going to say it's not going to be a lot of help. It takes 9 out of row 9, column 7 at least. Oh, that can't be 1 by Sudoku. That's very obvious. Ah, this can't be 1 either. That's vital. We worked out in our original aid memoir that 1 can only have a neighbour of 2. So what could you put there and there if that was a 1? Right, the only place for 1 in the column is here. Now, these two are a 5 and either 7 or 9, just to fill up the box. Now, am I looking at this line or this line or this line next? I don't know. Let's try this one. No, I don't know. Is it that one? Or is there some Sudoku to do? It's not impossible. Or just maybe think more about this line. That's not impossible too. These have to be repeating digits. And these two can't be the same. So it must go XY, XY. Okay, 5. The only way 5 could go here is if it was surrounded by 4 and 6. It's only possible neighbours. Right, 5, 4 there wouldn't work because that would be a 6. To make the line add up, that would be a 2, 1 pair, but 6 cannot connect to 2 or 1. 5, 6 this side would make that a 4. And these two would have to add to 7 to balance the line. But they wouldn't be allowed to use 6, 5 or 4. There's no way to do that. Right, that's not a 5. That is a 7, 8, 9 triple. This is a 5. Now, this is not a 4, 5 pair. It's a 7, 8 pair. This is a 6, 9 pair, and we know the order. And 6 cannot... Oh, 6 can join to 8. I was going to say it has to join to its consecutive neighbour, but that's not true. 8 and 6 can join together, so that doesn't sort out these two. But it's got stuff done. This is now a 4, 9 pair. Now, we've got a 7. 7, if this was a... Well, I mean, both of these only have 2 possible neighbours, don't they? 9 can be next to 8 and 6. And 7 can be next to 8 and 6 as well. Oh, that's weird. This is a 6, 8 pair. Well, there's an 8 in that box already, so that's 6, that's 8. Now, that doesn't decide what this is, but it does decide how 3, 6 go there. Okay, but now this adds up. If this added up to 13, because that was a 7, these would add up to 5. Now, 8 can join to 4, but 4 can't join to 1. And 8 can't join to any other digit from 1, 2, 3. So that's not a 7. This adds up to 15. I'm worried. Oh, yeah, we do get there. 8 can join to 4, and 4 can join to 3. And I think that's what this must be now. 8 can't join on to anything lower than 4. It can't join to 5. It can join to 7, but that would already bust us. So 4, and that's 3 in the corner. And we've proved its position. It's in the spotlight, having a party. Right. These don't have a 9 in. They're an 8-7 pair. These, to balance that line, are an 8-7 pair. These don't have a 7 in. I'm going to take out the corner mark. And... oh, I've never actually bothered considering whether a neighbour can join to itself. There's a difference of 0. I think we can accept that 8 or 7 are not integer multiples of 0. Yeah, okay. I just have to think about actual maths for a moment there. No, they can't be the same digit. They must be different. Okay, now surely it's time to think about this line, which, well, what are the candidates here? They're all quite low. Ah, but this can't be 9, 8, 7, or 6. Or 1. This is 2, 3, 4, or 5. Now, it can't be 2 because those are different. If it was 3, that could be 2, that could be 1. That would work okay. If it was 4, this is a 1, 3 pair, but 1 and 3 can't go together. If it was 5, 1 and 4 can't go together, and 5 can't join to 2 or 3. So it's not 5. That is a 3. That's a 2. That's a 1. And it was, you know, that's really strange, because the last thing I was thinking is that I would find a line easy to work out. And I mean, I didn't. I had to think it through in a way, but, oh, here's a lovely deadly pattern. Oh, it's going to be resolved by what we worked out there. Okay, now I could do a bit of pencil marking. There's a 9 in one of those two. Maybe it's only the top row where I definitively know a group of cells. Right, let's have a think about this line now, which looks like a lectern to me. These digits are from 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. They see 1, 2, 7 and a 3. And these ones are from 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. But it's these ones that join together. They could be a 4, 5 pair or an 8, 9 pair. Consecutive's always fine. No, these can't be, none of those can be 9 in fact. But they could still be a 4, 5 pair or an 8, 9 pair. But annoyingly, 6 could go with another even digit. And actually, 6 could go with 9 up here. 3, 6, 9, 8. So maybe I have to think about the totals. This line is made up of 1, 4, 5, 7, or 8 there. This one is 2, 4, 5, or 6. So that's all the candidates. How am I meant to use that? Well, the maximum on this bit of the line is 21 with 8, 7, 6. The minimum on this bit is 3, 4, 5, 6 is 18. So the n is somewhere between 18 and 21. So I don't think 1 is in play down here at all. In fact, 1 couldn't go with any of those candidates as neighbours. If that was a 4, 5 pair, we can only get up to 15 as the maximum in this section. And this has a minimum of 18. So that is not a 4, 5 pair. I'm taking 5 out. Now, what about 4, 8 here and a 6 here? That would be 18. That would be exactly the right number for a 3, 4, 5, 6 up here. That's possible. But so is 7, 8 here. And what would this be? Well, it can't be 2 ever, because we only get up to 17. 7, 8 and a 4 there would be 19, which would be, well, no, 19's not possible here. 3, 4, 5, 6 is the minimum. To add 1 to that, you'd have to be 3, 4, 5, 7. And that's not going to happen because 7 has been used in the box. So that is not a 4. This is now 5 or 6. Right. If it was a 5, that's a 6 and that's a 4. because 5 only has 1 or 2 possible neighbours. 5 is going to be the difficult digit here. We might eliminate 5 entirely off the lectern. Let me just think about 5 there, needs 6 there and 4 there. This would have to be enough. This could only be enough if it was, well, it could only be 8 then. 8, 4, 5 is 17. That's not enough. I think I can eliminate 5 from here. It can only join to 4 in this cell, and then the maximum is 17, but these add up to at least 18. So that is a 6. That can join to any of those digits. It can't join to 6 here. Let's just get rid of 6 from those cells. Now, this is either 7, 8 in either order, and that's 21, or it's 4, 8. So one of those is an 8. 4 and 7 can't join together. This, don't know. What have we got? 18 or 21? 18 would definitely be 3, 4, 5, 6 up here. '21 though. Could it be 9, 3, 4, 5? No. The only way you could get 9 in is if that was 3, 4, 5, but 9 can't join to 4 or 5, so that's not a 9. I mean, that's hardly exciting. However, we are now selecting from 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We do have to put 9 somewhere in the box, and it's there. I mean, that's not going to get anything else done, but it at least places a single 9. Oh, this is quite a hard bit to think about. Maybe I'm on the wrong line. I don't know. I've got this far. I'm going to persevere if I can. Right. What these add up to is going to only leave one possibility here. So this section of the line is either 21 or 18. This box, it's a secret I share with my closest friends, adds up to 45 because all boxes, rows and columns do. These bits, we know the sum, it's 19. Now we're saying that 18 or 21 has to be the same as that. And that is going to leave this to be 5 or 8. Oh, by maths. And I was hoping one of them would be eliminated by Sudoku. And that hope has died. Now, if that was 8, these would be 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there a way of joining them together? 5, 6, 4, 3. Yes, there certainly is. If it was 5, these are 3, 4, 6, 8. That feels easier to join together. All the evens can join to each other, and 3 can join to 4 or 6. Okay, here's another thought. 6 and 4 are definitely in use in this section. 4 is definitely in one of these cells. 6 is either there or there. But 6 can join to any of the numbers. Oh, I'm stuck. Right, 5 in this box. I can place that. It's here. That takes 5 out of this cell. That's not going to do anything. 1 and 2 are in this group. If they're both there, this is a 3. We know that sort of line works. And they're here with either 4. Oh, not with 4. 4 has to be in one of those cells. It's Sudoku. Numpty boy. That now adds up to 18. This has to be 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an 8. I can take 8 out of all of these cells, and I might be left, if I'm lucky, with one disposition. I'm not. However, the 5, I don't know. I'm going to come back to that. But now I've got 9, 4, 8 there. This is 1, 2, 7. Well, 7 can't join with 2 or 1. So that is a 1, 2 pair. That's 3. Now we can order the 1, 2 pair because 3 mustn't join to 1 on the line. Oh, it's so much more straightforward than I was seeing. This is a 3, 6. Oh, that is a naked 3. It sees 6 digits in its row, 2 others in its column. That's a 6-8 pair. This is a 1-5-7 triple. This is a 2-4-9 triple. Now, let's look at the line here. 1 can't join to 6 or 8. 5 couldn't join to 8. But 2 can't join to 5 or 7, so that's gone. 9 can't join to 5 or 7, so that's a definite 4. This can't be 7, that's 5. This can't be 8, that's 6. Are they really write-ins, or have I suckered myself somehow? 20, I have. Oh no, and that doesn't add to 21, that adds to 15. This would be a 7-8 pair. Oh, yeah, okay. I was thinking at first it would have to continue in consecutive sequence, but it doesn't, because 8 is allowed to join to 6. So I think we're on the right track. That was It's interesting. This puzzle has kept fooling me about what digits are easy, what lines are easy to look at, and I've been quite slow. What are we? Half an hour? Could have cut 10 minutes out by being brave enough to think about lines quicker. This is a naked single. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 in the column, 7 in the box, 2, 1 in the row. That has to be 9. 1, 2, I hope I can just finish off now. 1, 2, 7 in the first column. Can't finish that column. 1, 2, 5 in this row. How about this row? 5, 8. We've got to put a 3 in it. That's there. That is 2 or 4. No, maybe this isn't finishing off at all. I mean, basically, oh, that 8 has sorted out 7, 8. Then I can do the deadly pattern. 7, 8, 7, 8. That's 7, yes, that comes across to the first column. 1 there, that's good. 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3. That sees 2 and 4. So I've finished that box. I can do the bottom corner. That does this set. 2 and 9 are done here. I think we are finishing off. So 5 and 1 here. 6 and 9 in these cells. Yes, that has to be 4, 6. So this is just falling out. Now I'm going to check that these picky neighbours are okay. 5 can be next to 4, difference of 1. 4 can be next to 6, difference of 2. 6 can be next to 3, difference of 3. Obviously it can be next to 6 again. These are now 8 and 4 in that order, and here comes the finish. 1, 5, 6, 4, 7, 8. Brilliant. That's a lovely puzzle by Lithium Ion. Very clever stuff. Kept me a bit fooled, I have to say. I spotted a decent place to start. I'm actually glad I did the thinking about possible neighbours to begin with, because that may seem like slightly over-egging the pudding, but, you know, if you like a pudding with a lot of egg in it, it's probably all right. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will be back again tomorrow, of course, so will Simon, and we will be cracking the cryptic yet again. Bye for now.